from sweeping the streets of Madeira to lifting the Ballon d'Or 5 times. This is the story of a boy who refused to give up. His name? Cristiano Ronaldo. A child born into poverty, who turned hunger into motivation and hardship into greatness. From Manchester to Madrid, from Turin to the global stage, he redefined what it means to be a football legend. Stay with us, because today we dive into the incredible journey of Cristiano Ronaldo, the boy who became a global icon. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5, 1985, in Funchal, the capital of Madeira, a small island off the coast of Portugal. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked as a kit man at a local football club. His mother, Maria Dolores, was a cook and cleaning lady, struggling to provide for her 4 children. Life was tough, money was scarce, and meals were often simple, sometimes barely enough to feed the family. But Cristiano was different. From the time he could walk, he kicked anything that resembled a ball. On the narrow streets of Madeira, he played barefoot with neighborhood kids, often staying outside until late at night. Football wasn't just a game for him. It was his escape, his dream, his way out of poverty. Ronaldo's nickname as a child was Crybaby. Whenever he lost, he cried. Not because he was weak, but because he hated losing. That fierce competitiveness, even at such a young age, foreshadowed the relentless drive that would later make him unstoppable. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo made a life-changing decision. Leaving behind his family and island home, he traveled to mainland Portugal to join Sporting Lisbon's academy. For a boy so young, it was a leap into the unknown. He had no money, no comfort, no family by his side, only a burning passion for football. When Ronaldo first stepped foot in Lisbon at just 12 years old, the world around him changed overnight. Coming from the quiet island of Madeira, the capital city felt enormous, loud, and overwhelming. He was just a skinny kid, far from home, living in a dormitory with other academy boys. The loneliness hit hard. Many nights, young Cristiano cried himself to sleep, missing his mother, missing the comfort of home. But in those tears, there was determination, a promise to himself that he would not return home empty-handed. At Sporting Lisbon's academy, Ronaldo trained with an intensity that shocked his coaches. He wasn't the most technically polished at first, but what set him apart was his speed, his explosiveness, and above all, his relentless hunger to improve. While other boys played casually, Cristiano stayed after practice, running sprints, practicing stepovers, perfecting free kicks. If the coaches didn't lock up the training ground, he would have stayed all night. His teachers at school, however, didn't share the same admiration. At 14, Ronaldo made the bold decision to quit formal education. When a teacher mocked his accent and humble background, young Cristiano threw a chair in frustration. That moment sealed it. He knew football was not just his best option, it was his only option. While most kids his age were preparing for exams, Ronaldo was preparing for greatness. By 16, Ronaldo was already playing with Sporting's under 16, under 17, and even the reserve team. His rise through the ranks was meteoric. His footwork dazzled. His pace left defenders gasping. His confidence was unshakable. And by 17, he had made his professional debut for Sporting Lisbon's first team, a boy among men, but playing like he belonged. Then came the match that would change his life forever. August 6, 2003. Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester United. A preseason friendly. For most, just another summer game. But for Cristiano Ronaldo, it was destiny calling. That night, the young Portuguese winger tormented United's experienced defenders. His dazzling runs, lightning-fast stepovers, and fearless attacking play left the English giants stunned. By the end of the match, United's players begged Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him immediately. Sir Alex didn't need much convincing. Within days, Manchester United paid £12.24 million to bring the 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo to England, making him the most expensive teenager in football history at the time. For Ronaldo, the dream had only just begun. When Cristiano Ronaldo landed in Manchester in 2003, he was just 18 years old, skinny, raw, and with broken English. Many doubted whether a flashy teenager from Portugal could survive the physical, fast-paced world of English football. But Sir Alex Ferguson, a man known for spotting greatness before anyone else, saw something special. Not just the stepovers, not just the speed, but the fire burning in the boy's eyes. On August 16, 2003, Old Trafford witnessed something extraordinary. Manchester United faced Bolton Wanderers, and Ronaldo came on as a substitute in the second half. In just 30 minutes, he electrified the crowd, dazzling dribbles, fearless runs, a confidence that belied his age. The fans erupted, and British newspapers the next day hailed him as the new wonder kid. A star had been born. But Ronaldo's first years in England weren't all glory. His style, full of tricks and stepovers, made him a target. Defenders hacked him down. Critics accused him of showboating. Pundits dismissed him as a lightweight who wouldn't last in the Premier League. Even his teammates grew frustrated at times. But Ronaldo didn't flinch. Each kick, each insult, only fueled him further. He spent countless hours in the gym, transforming his body from a lanky teenager into a powerful athlete built for battle. The breakthrough came in 2006, after the World Cup in Germany, where Ronaldo controversially clashed with teammate Wayne Rooney during the infamous wink incident. English fans booed him mercilessly. Everywhere he went, stadiums jeered. For many players, that would have broken their spirit. For Ronaldo, it was fuel. That season, he exploded. More goals, more assists, more dominance. He turned hate into motivation, and by the end of the season, he was unstoppable. From 2006 to 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo reached a level few had ever touched. He led Manchester United to 3 consecutive Premier League titles. In the 2007-08 season, he scored 42 goals in all competitions, a record for a winger at the time. He dazzled Europe with his free kicks, his towering headers, his breathtaking pace. Old Trafford no longer saw him as just a boy with stepovers. They saw him as a killer, a leader, a superstar. Then came the crowning moment, May 21, 2008. The Champions League final in Moscow. Manchester United versus Chelsea. A rainy night that would define legacies. In the first half, Ronaldo soared above Chelsea's defense, smashing a header into the net. It was classic Cristiano, timing, power, precision. But later, during the penalty shootout, disaster struck. Ronaldo missed his kick. For a moment, it seemed like his dream would collapse. But fate had other plans. Edwin van der Sar saved the final penalty, and United were crowned champions of Europe. Ronaldo wept tears of relief and triumph. He had conquered the continent. That same year, Ronaldo was awarded the Ballon d'Or, officially recognized as the best player in the world. From a poor boy in Madeira, mocked for his tricks, to standing atop football's highest mountain, the journey was complete. Yet, deep inside, Ronaldo knew this was only the beginning. By 2009, Real Madrid came knocking with a world record bid of £80 million. For Ronaldo, Manchester had been the place that shaped him, hardened him, made him a man. But now, it was time for a new challenge, to test himself on an even bigger stage, against even greater expectations. In the summer of 2009, the football world stood still. Real Madrid, the most glamorous club in history, broke the transfer record to bring Cristiano Ronaldo to Spain. £80 million. A price tag that shocked the world, but for Florentino Perez, it was an investment in greatness. Ronaldo walked into the Santiago Bernabéu in front of 80,000 screaming fans, the largest unveiling in football history. The boy from Madeira had become the most expensive player on earth. At Madrid, expectations were brutal. The fans, known as Los Blancos, demanded perfection. Every touch, every goal, every performance was judged. And above all, there was one name Ronaldo could never escape: Lionel Messi. The Argentine magician at Barcelona had already become a superstar, and Spain was about to witness the fiercest rivalry the game has ever seen. Ronaldo's early years at Madrid were a battle. Despite scoring at an incredible rate, trophies were elusive. Barcelona's tiki-taka dominated Europe, and Messi seemed untouchable. Critics whispered, "He can't win without Manchester United. He's just a showman." But Ronaldo was no stranger to doubt. He trained harder, pushed further, and built himself into a machine of goals. His obsession was not just to score, but to conquer. And conquer he did. From 2011 onwards, Ronaldo unleashed a storm on Spanish football. Goals came in torrents, hat tricks, free kicks, headers, volleys. In just 9 seasons at Madrid, he scored a staggering 450 goals in 438 games, a record that may never be broken. For Champions League titles, 2 La Liga championships, 2 Copa del Rey trophies. Every season, he delivered moments that etched his name deeper into history. The rivalry with Messi defined a generation. El Clasico wasn't just Madrid versus Barcelona, it was Ronaldo versus Messi. 2 titans pushing each other beyond human limits. Messi, the artist with a left foot that painted magic. Ronaldo, the warrior with an iron will and unmatched athleticism. Together, they redefined football. Fans around the world debated endlessly. Who is the GOAT? But the truth was clear. Both were rewriting history, side by side. Among Ronaldo's countless Madrid moments, some shine brighter than others. April 2011, Copa del Rey final. In extra time, Ronaldo soared into the Valencia night, heading the ball past Barcelona to deliver Madrid's first trophy in years. Then, in 2014, came La Decima, Real Madrid's long-awaited 10th Champions League title. Ronaldo scored a record 17 goals in the tournament, including the final strike in Lisbon, collapsing to his knees as tears streamed down his face. He wasn't just a Galactico, he was a legend. But it was in 2016, 2017, and 2018 that Ronaldo carved his immortality. 3 consecutive Champions League triumphs. Nights of magic against Bayern, Atletico, and Juventus. Who could forget that bicycle kick in Turin? A goal so breathtaking that even Juventus fans stood up to applaud. Ronaldo wasn't just winning. He was redefining what greatness looked like. By the time he left Madrid in 2018, Cristiano Ronaldo had become the club's all-time top scorer, a 5-time Ballon d'Or winner, and the face of an era. From a record signing to a living legend, he had conquered Spain, conquered Europe, and cemented himself as one of the greatest players the world has ever seen. But Ronaldo's journey didn't end there. The warrior still hungered for new battles. And his next stop? Italy. In the summer of 2018, after nearly a decade of rewriting history with Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo shocked the world once again. He announced his move to Juventus for a fee of €100 million at the age of 33. Many thought it was too late, that his best years were behind him. But Ronaldo never played by the rules of age. For him, football was not just a game. It was war, discipline, and obsession. And he was not finished fighting. In Italy, defenses were notoriously tough. Serie A was called the graveyard of strikers, tactical, defensive, and unforgiving. But Ronaldo adapted instantly. In his very first season, he became Juventus' top scorer, leading them to yet another Serie A title. Fans in Turin quickly realized the legend still had plenty left to give. He wasn't slowing down, he was evolving. Ronaldo's impact in Italy was more than goals, it was mentality. Younger teammates spoke of his relentless training sessions, his refusal to accept mediocrity, his hunger to win even the smallest drills. At 34, he was often the first to arrive at training and the last to leave. He pushed his body beyond its limits, redefining what was possible for an athlete in his mid-30s. Over 3 seasons, Ronaldo scored over 100 goals for Juventus, becoming the fastest player in the club's history to reach that milestone. He lifted 2 Serie A titles, 2 Italian Super Cups, and added yet another golden boot to his collection. Critics who said he couldn't succeed outside Spain were silenced once again. But football is never just about trophies, it is about moments. And one of the most unforgettable came in April 2018, when Ronaldo, wearing Madrid's white, executed that legendary bicycle kick against Juventus in Turin. Ironically, just months later, he would be wearing the black and white of Juve, and those same fans who had applauded him that night now cheered him as one of their own. In 2021, destiny brought Ronaldo back to where his global superstardom began, Manchester United. His return sent shockwaves across the football world. The announcement broke social media records. Old Trafford was buzzing with nostalgia, hope, and excitement. And on his second debut, he delivered, scoring twice against Newcastle in front of a roaring home crowd. The king had returned. But United was no longer the club he left. Chaos behind the scenes, managerial changes, and lack of direction meant that even Ronaldo's brilliance couldn't save them. Yet, even in a struggling team, He remained their top scorer, proving that at 36, his hunger and finishing instinct were as sharp as ever. He scored hat-tricks, last-minute winners, and carried the Red Devils through Champions League nights that would have been impossible without him. By 2022, tensions between Ronaldo and the club grew. His interview with Piers Morgan shook the football world as he criticized United's leadership and direction. It was clear the fairy tale return was over. But for Cristiano, it was just another chapter in an endless saga of reinvention. And while his club career took new turns, there was one stage where Ronaldo's heart always burned brightest, wearing the red of Portugal, his beloved national team. For Cristiano Ronaldo, wearing the red of Portugal has always meant more than glory. It was pride. It was home. It was the boy from Madeira carrying an entire nation on his shoulders. His journey with the national team began in 2003, just months after joining Manchester United. Still a teenager, Ronaldo's raw pace and dazzling skills caught the world's eye. But it was in Euro 2004, hosted in Portugal, that his name was etched into the nation's heart. At only 19, he scored in the opening group stage, then again in the semi-final. Portugal marched to the final, and the country dreamed of lifting their first major trophy. But destiny was cruel. Greece stunned the hosts, and as the final whistle blew, Ronaldo wept uncontrollably on the pitch, tears of heartbreak that would fuel him for years to come. Over the next decade, Ronaldo's relationship with Portugal was one of triumphs and trials. He carried them through qualification campaigns, scoring crucial goals time and time again. In the 2006 World Cup, Portugal reached the semi-finals, and Ronaldo announced himself as a global superstar. But criticism followed. Some said he was too selfish, that he cared more about his clubs than his country. Ronaldo answered the only way he knew how: by scoring, by fighting, by leading. And then came Euro 2016, the turning point. Portugal were not favorites. Many doubted their chances. But Ronaldo, now captain, willed them forward. Against Hungary, he scored twice to drag his team into the knockout rounds. Against Wales in the semi-final, he soared above defenders to score a thunderous header, leading Portugal into their first major final in 12 years. On July 10, 2016, in Paris, Portugal faced France, the mighty hosts. Early in the match, disaster struck. Ronaldo injured his knee and was forced off in tears. For many, it seemed over. But from the sidelines, in bandages, he turned into a coach, shouting, motivating, refusing to let his team collapse. In extra time, Eder scored the winning goal. Portugal were champions of Europe. Ronaldo, though injured, lifted the trophy with tears of joy. From the heartbreak of 2004 to the triumph of 2016, the circle was complete. 2 years later, in the 2018 World Cup, Ronaldo delivered yet another unforgettable moment. A hat-trick against Spain in a 3-3 thriller, including a last-minute free kick that stunned the world. It was a reminder that even at 33, he remained the heartbeat of Portugal. By 2021, Ronaldo had broken Ali Daei's long-standing record to become the all-time leading goal scorer in men's international football. Every goal he scored for Portugal was history in the making. From World Cup qualifiers to Nations League triumphs in 2019, he gave his nation memories that will live forever. For Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo is more than a player. He is a symbol, a boy who rose from poverty to become their greatest hero, a leader who carried a country on his back. And even as the years passed, his hunger to represent Portugal never faded. Because for Cristiano, no trophy, no club, no amount of fame could compare to the honor of playing for his homeland. Cristiano Ronaldo's story is not just about football. It is about discipline, obsession, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. His journey, from the narrow streets of Madeira to the grandest stadiums on earth, has redefined what it means to be a professional athlete. On the pitch, the numbers speak louder than words. Over 800 career goals, 5 Ballon d'Or titles, 5 Champions League trophies, a European Championship with Portugal, records shattered in England, Spain, Italy, and beyond. He is the only player to have dominated in 3 of Europe's toughest leagues, proving that greatness knows no borders. But his legacy extends far beyond statistics. Cristiano Ronaldo became a symbol of self-belief, the living proof that talent alone is never enough. His unmatched work ethic, his devotion to training, his discipline in diet and fitness inspired millions of athletes, from rising footballers to professionals in every sport. To this day, young players across the globe whisper the same mantra, "Be like Ronaldo." Off the pitch, he built an empire. CR7, a brand recognized from Lisbon to Los Angeles, from Tokyo to Rio. Endorsements, fashion lines, hotels, charities. Ronaldo transformed his fame into influence. And yet, despite his wealth, he has never forgotten his roots. From funding hospitals to donating millions for disaster relief, he has used his fortune to make a difference. Critics often compare him to Lionel Messi, a debate that has divided fans for over a decade. But in truth, their rivalry is a gift to football. Together, they pushed each other to heights never imagined, creating an era of dominance that may never be repeated. Whether you call Messi the artist and Ronaldo the warrior, or argue endlessly about who is the greatest, one fact remains undeniable. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the greatest athletes to ever walk this earth. And perhaps his greatest legacy is inspiration. For every child playing barefoot in the street, for every dreamer told that they will never make it, Ronaldo's story is proof that impossible is just a word. With discipline, with hunger, with belief, greatness is within reach. Cristiano Ronaldo is more than a footballer. He is a global icon, a legend whose impact will echo long after the final whistle. The boy from Madeira has become immortal. From a poor boy sweeping the streets of Madeira to a man lifting the most coveted trophies in football, Cristiano Ronaldo's journey is one of the greatest stories in sports history. His legacy will continue to inspire not just football fans, but anyone who dares to dream big. Backhand index pointing right. If you enjoyed this story of Cristiano Ronaldo, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Stars and hit the notification bell. More incredible stories of the world's greatest athletes are on the way. From Messi to Serena Williams, from Michael Jordan to Usain Bolt. Join us as we celebrate the legends of sport. This is Sports Stars, where champions live forever.